Alrighty, hello and welcome everybody to another LVC stream. Tonight we have Valorant once again for the third day in a row. Tonight they'll be taking on two different teams. Both of these are best of ones for NECC activation. We saw this at the start of last semester. We see this at the start of every semester. The first week of matches is for NECC activation, which in essence it just gives the the team over at NECC an easier guide to look through and kind of gauge where teams are at skill wise and place them into divisions based on their skill level and also their region. So first we will have Concord University. This is a organization, or I say organization, I should say. This is a team that has been around for a very long time, at least in Call of Duty. I'm very familiar with them personally because I come from the Call of Duty scene. But personally, I don't know how much they've done outside of Call of Duty. This is my first experience seeing them outside of that game, so we'll see if what happens here. I've heard this team is actually fairly good. I've seen some of their. I haven't seen any of their gameplay, but I have seen some of like their team ranks, which isn't insanely much, but still, it's always a good thing to gauge it off of. I'm excited to get back into it. We will have matches every day this week. Tomorrow we will have Overwatch for their or not Overwatch, sorry, Valorant will take on Hood for their Appalachian Conference matchup, their first one of the semester. And we will also have Rainbow Six have their activation matches. Those will be streamed off of players' personal streams. We will get those out to you guys when they get when that gets figured out. We will make sure to tweet that out, go on Instagram and Twitter, and follow us LVC_esports on both of those platforms. And if you're not following here, follow here. Watch all of our matches, all of our streams that we have. We stream basically every single day of the week, at least. Not necessarily weekends, but every single day of the week we have matches, and we are always streaming at some point later in the night. And you will know when we're streaming because you can go follow our Twitter and our Instagram, and you will know when we have our matches. We post when our matches are. We have brand new graphics this year. Very excited to finally have those go out. So we should be getting into this pretty soon. There's just a couple minutes left before it's officially supposed to start. But I see all of the players are in the lobby, myself included, and I would assume they're streaming too. That's actually their coach. I know some teams actually bring their coach to these matches, like most teams, but I will be in the coach's slot for this or for both of these matchups tonight. This first match is against Concord University, as I had said. Oh, one player's restarting their game from Concord, so we'll be ready to start in just a few seconds, or just maybe a minute or two. And the second team we'll be taking on is ERAU, a school I have never heard of. I looked them up. I am sorry if I mispronounce this name because I know I'm going to. They are Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. If I pronounce that wrong, I apologize, but I love that name, and their logo is actually kind of sick. You guys will see that in a little bit later. If you haven't looked at the graphic today, you will see that logo a bit later when when we put that up for the stream. But we should be getting started here in just a couple minutes. We do have everyone back into the lobby, and I will actually throw the player screen back up. That timer is obviously incorrect. We will be starting very, very soon. Also, I was trying to think. Oh, this past weekend, we saw Valorant play in one matchup. They were supposed to play in two, but the second team unfortunately forfeited. And in that matchup, they played. I don't remember the team name, but they played somebody. And they won 2-0. Oh, UMW. That's why I didn't remember the name. It was a team we hadn't played before. They played UMW in CVAL, and they won that matchup. Stevens forfeited, so they automatically take the first spot in their group, and they will move on to the bracket stage. So very exciting for them. But for now, we will look towards NECC once again. We are now loading into the map. We have Haven as map number 1. LVC will be starting out on the attack, I believe. I was sitting in the thing for the lobby for so long. I honestly forgot what what side they were on. I believe they're attacking first, but I could be completely wrong. So just for reference, this first map will be Haven. And for the second map, which is against ERAU, these are best of ones. I think I mentioned that, but if I didn't, these are best of ones. The second map will be against ERAU, and that will be on Icebox, a map that LVC has certainly loved to play over the past few semesters. We'll see how that turns out, but first we have this one on Haven. We'll see Sardog, the player that's named him, that is Sardog. He changed his name over the break, but that is Sardog. He will be on Breach. Juice will be playing Omen on this map. Zario on Killjoy. John on Raze, and Crisper going to be on that Sova. So this is a fairly common setup, at least for now. Before the major nerf to Chamber, obviously this was just not that viable. Killjoy also, something that the players have talked to me about a lot. You can see Killjoy have much more utility after this last update, and we saw her even get used by both teams in the last series that we saw Valorant play on Saturday against UMW. That was a very effective agent, covering the flanks, covering pretty much everything you really need. She can lock down almost 2 full sites basically by herself, which is crazy to me, but we'll see how this game goes. Round number 1. And we're going to see, as you look on the minimap there, a few question marks pop up on all of the players of Concord flying towards that C site. First kill going to go to Male. Zario falls early. Now the spike going down over on that C bomb site. LVC going to look to retake through C elbow. That stun gonna go in. Juice should have a kill here onto the Omen, but shot's a bit shaky, and it looks like LVC gonna fall in round number 1. Sardog, the only player of LVC, picking up a kill there, and that was a really, really aggressive start for Concord. Just what they needed as well, I would say. Concord plays that very, very quickly, and that is certainly the way you need to take C site on this map. If you go slow, you risk getting all that util dumped onto you and kind of running out of steam very early. So, good hit onto that C site from the side of Concord. We'll see if they can continue that. And it looks like it's going to be an A hit. Or, sorry, not an A hit. Another C hit. My bad. I heard the wrong thing. Male going to push through, gets a double with that Spectre. And now all the players of LVC off the site. And once again, a quick C-plant. Zario at least picks up 1, but that's going to be it as he falls. 2v4 situation here for John and Crisper. Going to try and work together through Garage. Not sure how effective this will be, as they don't really have the weapons or the util for this. John at least going to have that Spectre, though, that we saw drop by Cap. And LVC just going to line up the 2 players there. Maybe not expecting to peek through the outer side of that box. And so far, LVC not having a great start to this map. We know defense has been their preferred side on a lot of maps. So it's a bit worrying if you're a fan of LVC. Only 2 rounds. Obviously, you need to get the 13 to win if you're new around here and don't understand Valorant. If you watch CSGO, well, this is the same thing, but Overwatch style characters. And rounds also, you only need to win 13 instead of 16. But if you haven't watched CSGO, then I'm sorry you didn't understand a word I just said. Now, round number 3, it's looking very similar. We'll see if that push once again works. LVC going to be in a bonus round, though, so they will have those Vandals. They should have a weapon advantage, unless if Concord decide to buy, but they didn't lose a lot of players in that last round, so I don't believe they would in terms of their econ. We'll see, though, what they decide to do. Zario also going to have full util, so he should be able to have a bit easier of a job holding over towards C, but as I say that, the presence of Concord comes over towards A. John finds 2. First off that top of that box, and the second coming through that close encounter. He spots a 3rd, but just has to back up after getting concussed. Satchel's out. Sardog on the other side, gonna find 1 over an A main. Now LVC in a great spot to take this round as John finds his 3rd. All down to No Wazd, sorry. I hesitated there for a second, but No Wazd The last one left for Concord, and LVC going to want to keep these rifles, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Crisper with the shots onto NOAZ. And that's a good round for LVC to get back into it. They are expected to win that round. It is the bonus round. So what typically happens in that bonus round is if a team wins the first 2 rounds, at least this is how I understand it, if a team wins the first 2 rounds and they don't lose a lot of people, especially in that second round, we will see the team that's down by 2 buy full buy Vandals or Phantoms if they prefer, and full armor, full util, because of the way the econ system works in this game. And the other team will be stuck with the Spectres or whatever they ended up buying in the second round, because they don't really want to sell, as it wouldn't make much sense to. So hopefully that one, that explanation made sense. That was a bit of a long-winded answer. All quiet on the western front over here at C. Turret goes up at mid-window, but I feel that's just a bait. Zarya still watching over towards mid. Don't think he spotted anyone other than that KJ turret, so I'm not sure how much that means, but now we'll see the Omen smoke go down. Certainly we'll see Male fly into the B site off of this, as we've seen him push into these sites very quickly. Once that smoke goes down. Does Zaru hear one there? Yeah. I didn't stay on him, so I'm not 100% sure. Crisper trying to get a peek here. Doesn't spot anyone just yet. Has that sonar arrow as well in his back pocket. No, the pressure's going over towards A. John shots a bit off. NOAZ gonna pick him off. Does get damaged just a little bit, so
30 seconds left.
Not a complete waste, but Zario gonna look for that lineup, and that may do a bit of damage, but not going to find a kill if it does. And now LVC forced to retake through their spawn. And this is not a great place to retake from unless if you can util spam. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Zario already on site. Finds one, but trades going the way of Concord University. Can Juice find his way through? Sardog finds one as well. The teleport not going to go down. And now it's all down to Sardog in the 1v2. But very, very little time remaining. Certainly is around in Concord's favors. The flick just a bit too rough. Just not quite good enough either. LVC now down 3-1 here. We'll see if LVC can find a way to bounce back into this one. Is not a great start for them. Could be worse, though. And they aren't getting blown out in these rounds, besides that first round, I would say. So, still looking good, but they're certainly going to need to kick things up a bit, kick things up a couple notches if they want to take this map, as it is a best of 1. So you want to win every single round you can. Not that you wouldn't want to in a best of 3, but you have a bit more leeway. And as I say that, Male over towards A main, fragging out on Jet. Double kill for him already to start the round. Now we're going to see Sardog just try and be methodical about this push over towards Heaven. Can he peek out this window without getting taken down? It looks like he can, but the pressure going to go over to the C site. Male was just a bait and switch. A bit of a distraction, if you will. Spike's already going down. C site taken. C site basically given away by LVC, who were none the wiser to that push all the way over towards that site. And now they're not in a great spot here to retake. Zario going to be in garage, gets spotted. Still alive, but gets spotted. So we'll see if they can at least bait out a player or two. Concord playing this very, very well. Not getting aggressive, not over-challenging, keeping themselves out of the sights of LVC. And that's certainly going to be the round. These players of LVC going to look to get to their spawn and save. And LVC going to drop another round. They at least keep 3 rifles out of it. This was a force as well, so not a great look for LVC at the current moment, but they still have time. This hasn't gotten away from them just yet. Still a lot of game to go, and still a lot of rounds left in this first half. So we'll see if they can find a way to pick it on up. See players buying weapons for each other. Not quite a full buy, fairly close since they saved those 3 Vandals, but not quite all the way up there. And you can see the econ of the Concord squad. Nice and comfortable. And they also kept pretty much every rifle. I think they lost 1 player, but that would be it. And you can see presence now over towards the A site. John just looking to fly through. Has his ultimate, but more than likely will not use it here unless he knows he has a guaranteed pick. Just going to play close with the Stinger. That thing can be deadly from close range. The nade not going to be there, though, and John gets picked.
Take flight. Just
unfortunate timing on that nade, and now the ultimate coming out from Sardog. Can he get the peak? No, it looks like these players of Concord just going to play it slow. Maybe rotating out here is... We will likely see the spike get planted over towards that B site, maybe even the C site if they want to run all the way over there, which would not be out of the realm of possibility in this round. Maybe they even kind of bait over towards a different site and come back to A. A little bit of mind games, if you will. You never know.
30 seconds left.
CRISPR just playing this close corner. 30 seconds remain. Zario will get some audio if they come over towards B, but now the players of LVC getting spotted over on A. It doesn't matter. CRISPR finds a double, and Sardog finding another. So now it's a 3v2. This could go awry for the side of Concord. And now, barely any time remaining. Zario just trying to get that player off the spike. It's not going to matter. It's all down to Juice in a 1v1 with Cap. Does he look the right way? Can he win this? No, he cannot. Not expecting Cap to be all the way in hell. Honestly, surprised me a bit too. I did not think they had the time to run all the way down there, but they did, and that will win them the round there. 5-1 in favor of Concord. LVC going to take a timeout here, and wisely so. LVC in a bit of a tough spot here, and you can see the players looking back. The head coach of LVC and coach, mainly just the coach of Valorant at here at LVC, Coach Elliott, just talking up to the boys and telling them what they may or may not need to fix here and see what they can do on this defensive half. And I mean, LVC have just been getting kind of bullied out of sight. And I think this comp as well, it's not as practiced of a comp as what we've seen from LVC in the past. These are all agents that these players have played, but I know especially Sardog being on the breach is not something you really see ever. So we'll see if he can maybe figure things out in this one, but we're not 100. But obviously we won't find out until we get back into it. Timeout coming to a close here as well. And maybe LVC picks up a round here and they can start working towards that deficit. As you can see, they're not really going to... Now, as you can see, they're not really able to buy a whole lot here. Just going to be an econ round. And Concord going to be more than comfortable. Well, actually, one of their players might be able to hit 9K as trades go through. John not going to hit the shot with that ultimate, and it costs him his life. Zario on the C site, not able to hit the shots with that Stinger. So only one player of Concord falls here.
Planted.
Spike goes down. CRISPR going to be working with Sardog here. See if they can at least find something. Going to try and check every nook and cranny, but this is going to be a bit of a tough job for them. Now they're just going to get the util down over towards main, and that's likely where these players of Concord are going to be. As you see the Killjoy Molly's just taking more and more time off the clock. The spike planted in a beautiful spot. Another round going to go to Concord. 6-1. LVC not in a great spot here. Certainly have been in worse positions, I would say, but you would certainly like to see them pick it up if they want to compete in this map. But so far, Concord looking really, really solid here. I think their team play has been phenomenal. They're working really, really well off that utility. I think I really want to point out here as well, Male especially has been doing a fantastic job of playing off of those smokes of Zevsi. I'm sorry, I'm just going to call him the Omen. Male has been playing off of the Omen smoke so well. He's managed to kind of not confuse, but really pick and choose his battles as he pleases. And now you can see on the minimap there, up top over towards that A site, there's 3 people shooting that, and 3 people that got detected by, I believe, CRISPR's arrow. So now all of LVC gonna know to rotate over towards that A site, but they're gonna have to push back. They're gonna have to get out of the site. And never mind, actually, CRISPR pops his ultimate. That Hunter's Fury gonna take down the lockdown. So now the push from Concord gonna be stalled a little bit. Likely going to see them rotate out, possibly over towards the C site, as we're now already seeing Util get tossed out. Sardog shot just a bit off cap, flicking around and hitting every single bullet he wants. And Zario just going to get caught off guard as well there. Lockdown gets destroyed, and
Spike planted.
what looked good for LVC for maybe a second or two is just turned into disaster, and a flawless for Concord. Not what you like to see from the side of Lebanon Valley, and certainly something has to be pulled out of the playbook here on Haven. Not ideal whatsoever. A fantastic push, fantastic call for the side of Concord to rotate all the way over to C. The second that lockdown gets destroyed, they are rotating out, playing as quickly as they can through their spawn, and just hitting every single shot that they want to. Now LVC just trying to play a bit ratty, see if they can get a quick pick and maybe a bit of a cheeky kill, but so far that hasn't gone down. John and Sardog gonna work all the way through through attacker spawn. We'll see if they decide to continue pushing through. CRISPR gonna get blooded, and that's gonna force Juice to back off site. Spike once again going down at C.
Recalling my phone. Spike
Or sorry,
planted.
B. Actually, the Spike goes down at B for the first time this game. Omen takes down Sardog on the pinch, so now it's gonna be down to John. Well,
Last
John
player
gets
standing.
taken out, and so does Ario so quickly. Juice, last one left alive in a 1v5. Can he at least get a kill? Yes, Omen down. But this is going to be a round to Concord once again. Juice just trying to pick off a couple plays, make this at least a little costly for them, if nothing else. Trying to get wall bangs there. Concord having a fantastic map so far. I mean, even the shots that they are just randomly throwing out there, they're just managing to hit. Juice, unfortunately, going to die to that spike there, so not much LVC can do in that situation.
I may have jammed my fingers. Multiple fingers.
And it looks like we're going to see a timeout for the side of Concord. That's surprising to me, actually, but it's interesting. I did not expect them to call a timeout. I don't even have words for this. But maybe they have a specific strat that they want to try out, maybe something a bit silly, if you will, that they want to go for, and so they kind of have to talk it out, figure out what's going on and how they want to go about it. But LVC is flat out broke. They barely have enough money for this round, and I think at this point it's the make it or break it round for LVC if they want to have a chance in this map. I mean, it's 8-1 already, so not a lot going for them, and I mean, even the shots not going for them either. Male is 11-6. He is having himself a great map. Same with Omen. He's 8-3, 4 assists, and you can even see Wendigo on the breach has 9 assists. So the players of Concord working very well together to figure things out and get those aggressive pushes. And C site has been a phenomenal play for them so far. So we'll see if they can continue to keep that up.
Don't overthink it. Placing sentry.
Zario once again just going to play on this C site. Trying to lock this down. Has just not been able to. Now we'll see CRISPR push all the way up for that ultimate orb. See how much that matters for them. As now you're going to see that ultimate come out from Wendigo. So certainly see Site going to be the place of attack once more. And we'll see that ultimate come out from Omen as well. I'm curious as to where he decides to teleport. Maybe into CT, but I feel that's a bit overzealous. So let's see. Oh, Crisper on A. Falls. Omen teleports up to heaven. Ends up getting cut down by Sardog. Zarya going to take a bit of damage from that arrow. That shock arrow. Another shock arrow going to go through. Not going to do any damage. With backup players of LVC. Paranoia going to get tossed out by Juice here in just a second. Play off of the nade from John and the stun from Sardog. But it doesn't matter. Kill's still going the way of Concord. They have every single thing that they want going for them so far. Except for that, Juice with a great set of shots onto Mail in that ultimate. But it doesn't really matter. The last 2 kills going to go in favor of Concord, 9-1. And as I had said, I feel that that's kind of the make it or break it round. And now LVC is not only broke, but not sure what to do here. So very, very tough situation to be in if you're LVC here. I'm not even sure how to help them, to be quite honest. Even if I could see the other team, I don't know Valorant enough to figure out this one. I feel this is a very, very tough solution to find. Zarya just spamming over towards C. Gets util dumped, so we'll see how long he stays alive. And the answer is basically for 2 seconds. As Mail flying through. Mail just hitting every bullet. Having all the space he wants. Taking that space with confidence and frying LVC. Punishing them for that space being given up in the first place. We're going to see that drone come out from Crisper, but it's not really going to give much. Juice tossing out the Paranoia over to main. Now Crisper going to have to just push through and pays for with his life. John
You should run.
and Sardog going to be the last ones left in a 2v3. It wasn't 2v4, but Mail at least gets taken down. We'll see if John can get out of this lockdown. He does. And it's going to be all down to him. So, actually, the turn is there. The turn is just watching flank. So, unfortunately for John, he can't do anything there. Now, going to the last round of the half, LVC are down 10-1. This is, I think, the first time they've ever been down this far in a game, which I want to say that's a testament to how well they played last season, but being down 10-1 is very rare in general, I think, for almost any team. So
Placing swarm grenade.
we'll see if they can at least get something on the board before the end of the half, but it's not looking good, to put it lightly. Only player with an ultimate is going to be Sardog, but we'll see John get that ult orb, so he will have his as well. No one else in the round going to have one, though. See if they can come in useful. Actually, it's a B hit. That's the second of this game. But I think it's the first time they've called the initial hit onto B. John at least picks off Mail, so that's a trade for Zarya.
Take flight.
Juice picks off Omen. Spike is not down, so LVC still in a good spot here. Now we're going to hear that Spike getting planted.
Spike planted.
It's going to go down towards the C site for what feels like the 10th time this map.
Clean.
Crisper gets a good shot on, and Cap is down. Now a 4v2. LVC in a fantastic spot here. John going to fall, but now it's all down to Noaz, and he falls. Actually, he's still up. Now he falls fairly quickly. LVC finally getting another round on the board. That defuse going to come in for Crisper. LVC going to end the half with at least another round in their pocket, but they're going to need a lot more than that. Heading into their attacking half. If I remember correctly, they were better on defense last semester, but I could be wrong. They could just be like demons on attack. But that's exactly what's going to need to happen if they want to take this map. We'll see how LVC decides to approach this one. As you can see, the players not down on themselves. They're still pretty excited just to be playing, you know, back into the season. You can see John there smiling. He looks adorable today, I would say, as LVC Gonna look towards that C site, I believe. Juice likely gonna walk up to this wall, this close wall here, toss down that smoke right in front of main. Maybe just get a jiggle peek in. See if he even needs to throw that smoke. Looks like the rest of LVC gonna follow closely behind him, and there goes that smoke, and Juice gonna pick up the ult orb as well. Now LVC, time to execute. Can they replicate what they saw from Concord? Sight hit is on. The turret is behind Juice. He needs to take this down, and he's going to be put down to 83 health. Not a huge deal, but it could be big for this, especially being the pistol round. Spike goes down. No one looking over towards Garage. John just flies in from CT side, actually. Right clicks are somewhat there, and it looks like we'll see a Cap get away for just the moment. Ring around the Rosie battle, and Cap's gonna win it, but the trade is there by John. Sardog hits the shot. LVC in a good spot to take this round, 4v2. Both these players stuck in main. Can LVC continue?
One enemy remaining.
And yes, it looks like they can. Omen falls to Juice, and there's the last kill. LVC taking pistol round. That is a fantastic push from the side of LVC. What you like to see from them. Phenomenal plays. And now LVC, I almost accidentally said they're in the driver's seat to take this series, but one, that's incorrect because this is a best of one, so it's not a series. And two, I think they would need to win like 2 or 3 more rounds. Then I could say they're in the driver's seat, because I believe when a team loses 4 rounds in a row, they start shaking in their boots. But that's my opinion. Look at this. Juice going to do the exact same thing. Jiggle peek. If he doesn't spot anyone, he may still throw that smoke down anyways. He wants that ult orb. He wants to get close to that teleport, that free teleport to anywhere on the map. Spike gets grabbed. C main getting pushed by LVC. Sardog. Concussion goes through. Paranoia in. But we're going to see Cap fly through with that shorty. At least gets one. John going to nade in close. You hear that jet flying through of Mail as well. Does John pick up that kill? No, but Juice going to help him out. Crisper working over towards CT just to make sure no one gets a cheeky flank on the backside. So far, LVC in another good position to take this round. Juice getting a spray through the smoke. Okay, Juice. Well, there's the 4th too. Great shots from Juice. That's 4 on the round. And you see, now he has that ultimate. He can go anywhere he would like to. And if they spot him, simply just cancel at the click of a button. We'll see if how he decides to use that later on. But certainly, LVC going to go for the same push, or at least something similar. Is what they're doing has worked, and maybe even a bit of a bamboozle, if you will. Force make all of these Concord players think they're over at C, and then bada bing, bada boom, you're over at A. Planting the spike. It's down. Force a retake. You never know.
Cover going out.
Here goes the concussion. Sonar dart out. Not going to spot anything with that smoke there. But certainly, on the other side of this smoke, there's got to be someone waiting to rip the heads off of these LVC players. We're going to see Juice use that ultimate. It's not going to spot anyone, so LVC going to be able to take the space over towards A main. But Sewers might be a different story. Juice so far so good. Is there anyone near? Sardog going to take the wider angle. No one home just yet. Now the execution onto the site. Is there anyone home? Knock, knock. Who's there? The answer is nobody. And LVC going to get that spike down. Zario now going to be able to set up with these bots, with these gadgets. Turret on top of the box. Molly right on top of the smoke. Turret already getting pinged, so it's going to be knocked out. And you're going to see Mail all the way in heaven. Takes a few shots and manages to dash out. Sardog gets a kill. Sardog gets 2. John finds another kill with U2, and LVC just wiping the floor with Concord. That's also the bonus round. I forgot to mention that. That's the bonus round as well. That is a massive round to win if you're LVC. All the rifles gone, not losing a player either. Huge win for LVC there. Certainly not one you can lose if you're the side of Concord, but they still have a 5-round buffer. They're not out of this yet. I mean, obviously they're not out of it. They're still winning. So we'll see if they can bring this back, kind of reel it in here. Let's see what happens, though. LVC still in a great spot, though. John and Juice looking over towards C main, and Juice going to pick off Omen. It's a great shot. Let's see the ping on the map over towards A there. I don't know if the players saw that. I would assume they do because I'm in the coach slot. John just flying through the satchels. He just wants this kill. He's chasing it. He has 22 HP. Get out of there, John. You have very low health, and he decides to fly on out. Spike goes down. LVC once again in control of the round, in control of the C-bomb site. John all the way over in CT, or sorry, in T side spawn. Sardog watching the push through CT. And we're going to have 3 players of LVC watching the push through Garage. There's a smoke there. There's also an alarm bot there. So that player, or players, if they decide to push through there, are more than certainly dead. Unless the util is smart. Juice picks off Mail. And now John just going to spray through the smoke. And another flawless. 2 back-to-back flawlesses for LVC. That was a major save, though. As you can see on the ground, there's a lot of sheriffs, a lot of ghosts. So now we'll see what will likely be a full buy for the side of Concord. LVC doing a great job of keeping themselves alive, keeping themselves in this one. Mail slowing down a little bit, but Wendigo keeping up his assist game. Still, he's at 12. That is impressive, I will say. He might end up with 20 by the end of this if things go their way. And now we're going to see 3 players of LVC peek over towards C main. John's certainly going to be able to grab that ult orb. Paranoia, or not Paranoia, sorry, Smoke going to go down. Paranoia going to go out in just a bit. Smokes are down. John just wants this kill. He's hungry and he finds it. At least gets himself traded out. And now, look at this. LVC. First second, we're at C. Next second, we're at A. LVC in A main. Is anyone there? Knock, knock.
Coming back.
We're coming through the door. Whether you like it or not. Will Concord expect this? Smoke over in heaven, and looks like someone is there. Door has just been opened. Will it get slammed right in LVC's faces? Mail, the great shot through the smoke. Managed to take down Dario, and now Sardog gonna fall as well, and everyone from LVC not getting a chance, and the door is slammed shut. LVC gets taken down on that take, so maybe a bit more expected from the side of Concord, as they did see that before a few rounds prior, so managed to counter it that time. Can LVC respond? They still need a few more rounds if they want to just tie this one up, much less win the whole thing. Let's see how LVC decides to go about this one. Buy's still in their hands, though. They still have the ability to... They still have the purchasing power, if you will. And it looks like a couple players over in A main. LVC, or Crisper, certainly going to back down from that. Doesn't want to get taken out over there early on. So Juice now going to try and see if he can find some space over in C. Maybe use some of those smokes and that paranoia to get a bit more. Alarm bot gets triggered. Sario knows there's one really close. Spots 2 more over in window. All of LVC has this space, though. Can John maybe sneak through?
You should run.
Are they going to expect him to be here? The lockdown comes in, and it looks like John gets the spot on the lockdown, and he gets the kill. Is it going to get destroyed? Yes, it will. He does get flashed, though. Can he get out with his life? He does. Crisper finds a kill on the other end. And in Garage, John is going to fall, but the trades are there. Juice with double trades. And now it's all down to Wendigo. LVC has a general idea of where he is. Over towards CT. Will he decide to wrap through Garage? Will he decide to save? Who knows? Only Wendigo and the side of Concord University, and it appears that he does go for that save, which is a very wise decision. LVC slowly but surely making their way back, and they have a few more to go
You need help figuring out how?
to tie this one up, and it looks like the timeout finally going to come in from the side of Concord. And obviously, I would expect that. They were just up by 9 rounds, and now they're only up by 4. So they only need 2 more rounds to close this out. And maybe I was wrong on the defensive side. Maybe it's just impossible to hold on defense on Haven. I don't know. I'm not good enough at Valorant to understand it fully, but for the most part, LVC's attacks have been solid, have been very well coordinated and talked through. Communication certainly on the top priority list for LVC, besides hitting your shots. Of course, hitting your shots is the key to this game, and so is using your util in an effective way. So we'll see if LVC can continue to find ways to develop and adapt to the defense of Concord University, or we might even see Concord finally hold strong and get those last 2 rounds before LVC hits the 13-point mark, or even the 12 if we'd end up going to an overtime. Timeout over. Just a few more seconds on the clock before we get back into the game. And LVC, once again, tossing that bomb over towards that C side of the map. We'll see, John is a bit low on funds, but as you can see, the rest of his team has no issue picking up the tab if they need to. And the spam is just there. The Hunter's Fury comes out immediately, and with that stun, that is a great play call from Concord. They're going to get a pick off the rip of the round for that. That is a fantastic way to start things off if you're Concord. Whoever called that play needs a pay raise. I would have never expected that. LVC have to slow down significantly now. What are the buys looking like on the side of Concord? That is a huge question. And Mail has the ultimate as well, and just going to be able to sprint on through and flick on to Sardog. And now it's a 3v5, still doable for LVC, but not looking great so far. Crisper all by his lonesome over on that A site. That Sova drone going to get taken down. Smoke gets thrown onto B, into B main. Crisper now making his way back to his team. John decides to push back, and Mail just going on a huge pinch. And it's all down to Crisper. Finds a double, but he would need an ace in this round if he wants to take it in a 1v5. So far, good shots, though. Will they give him individual one-on-ones? And the pinch is there from Omen. Now LVC going to need to force overtime if they want to win this map. And as you can see, Zario not doing too well. He's going to need to certainly pick it up a little bit if he wants him and his team to take this one. They're going to have a grind in front of them. 7-12. LVC putting themselves in that deficit early has certainly been a major issue with this one, and we'll see if they can manage to hold on or what will happen here. No one gonna get spotted there from
Turret out.
Sonar Dart. LVC stuck, they're not stuck, but in C main, that ultimate comes out from Sardog. John gonna nade over towards Garage. Doesn't pick anyone up, but it may pick up damage. You never know. Juice making sure there's no one in that corner or a turret. He is tired of getting damage from those. Takes that down. Crisper gonna be slow on the pinch. And now the paranoia is in though. I think that was an operator, and it was Mail. Finds the first blood on John. This could be bad for LVC. 2 kills in their hands, in the hands of Concord. Looking like they can close this one out. The lockdown is still up though. And it's going to detain 3 players of Concord. LVC wisely don't need to chase this though. They just need to watch the defuse. And Crisper, very wisely, going to have the shots there. Juice finds a double as well. And now it's all down to Crisper. The defuse is not going to come in. Great play from LVC. Managed to keep themselves alive in this one.
You say something? Sorry. Ears still ringing.
Great job from LVC. A bit scary at the end there, but Juice getting a double there was huge, and Crisper using that Hunter's Fury to make sure that no one could defuse early and get that half defuse done to close out the game. So round by round, LVC keeping themselves alive. They have a bit more going for them, so gonna need a lot more though if they want to continue on here in the first map of their NECC spring season. John maybe a bit off on the timing there, the satchel, but still managed to make it work. Anyone on site? No, it doesn't appear that way. And no, LVC gonna have the A site. Gonna plant that spike. John getting very, very aggressive. We'll see if he gets pinched here from CT. Paranoia goes out onto B. And Crisper finds the first blood, finds the second blood, finds the third blood. Crisper. Wonderful shots. Shots bit crispy, if you will. Work with me here. It's I only have so many one-liners I can throw out. Now Juice gonna pick up for him over towards that A main door from the T side. Doesn't look like he's gonna spot anyone, so now LVC just gonna rotate on out, let that bomb blow up, and take another round. Wendigo at least gonna take one of the rifles out of the hands of LVC. Juice going to fall, but does not matter. LVC still gonna pick up the round, and the spike gonna kill both of those players of Concord, so actually they're not gonna have those rifles, but they should still be able to buy in this round anyways. LVC trying to work the comeback, but it's gonna have to come off the backs of Juice and John, and who have been frying in this map, at least as of late. Though you can't leave out Crisper, who just had a 4K in 2 rounds ago, so that's also a big piece of their victory pie. I didn't have to write that down. I just looked at my phone for a second. We're going to see the common C push. We saw both teams really pull this one off, and it's been one of the better pushes onto a site. John gets that early pick onto Cap, and now on the pinch, though. Actually, that's not the pinch. That's in Garage. I looked at the minimap the wrong way. Spike going to go down. LVC, once again, going to be in a good, solid control of that site. We'll see if the turret picks up anything on T side. Certainly LVC will be alerted, but John wants a bit more. He is pinching all the way through T spawn, seeing if he can catch 1 or 2 off guard over in Garage. But as that's happening, all the players of LVC just gonna fall. Doesn't matter. John has that double, has the ultimate as well, and gets 1, but it's not gonna matter. That defuse gonna go through. LVC gonna fall in the first map of their season. And as I had said, this is a best of 1, so Concord gonna take that one over LVC. Very well played on the attacking side from Concord. I wanted to go back to the scoreboard 1 second. There you go. You can see on the scoreboard, Mail bringing the side of Concord to victory. All right, so I've just been informed that ERAU is ready to start the map there on their end. So we will actually just take a very quick break from this one, and we will be right back when we are ready to start the second map, which will be Icebox against ERAU.